They are an accident waiting to happen.
Stephen A, hush your mouth, talking all that noise. You can hate all you want, but we still them boys. Dirty, dirty D, Texas where we stay at. We decide in order till you know that's where we play at. Hey, this year, this the payback. Yeah, we them Cowboys, and nah, we don't play that. Work, this is Cowboy Nation. Work, welcome to Cowboy Nation. Work, y'all can keep on hate.
Cowboys Nation, Cowboys Nation, Cowboys Nation. Well, I think this is the first time that we were allowed to be happy this season. This is game 5, and this is the first time that I can say after a game, I am ecstatic. And I know we played the Jets, but when we played the Bears, we weren't ecstatic after that game. We weren't even happy. We were miserable after that game. So, yes, beating the Jets defiantly makes me ecstatic. We did what we were supposed to do, because so far this year, I can't say that we've done what we were supposed to do. So, yes, I'm very happy after this win. Don't let anybody, Cowboys Nation, listen to me. Don't let anybody tell you you can't be happy after this win. We dominated the game. We were supposed to, and we did. Because we were supposed to dominate the Chicago Bears game, and we did not. So, yes, I'm very happy. I would also like to say that my bet is still on. I told you guys that after the Washington Commanders game, the Cowboys were going to be in the top half of defense. And I still believe it. And I said if they weren't, I'd give away $200. I still say it. I still believe it. The Cowboys defense played a much better game today. Yes, we played against the Jets, but we played against an NFL team, and we actually got pressure. We didn't get pressure against the Bears. We didn't get a lot of pressure even last week. Well, we got better pressure last week against Green Bay, but it wasn't just a lot of pressure. We actually got pressure. We got into the backfield. We saw people who have not caused pressure all year. Dante Fowler was consistently in the backfield. Donovan Ezeraku making big plays. Kenny Smith, Oso Digizua being in. I mean, these people are. I don't remember Oso Digizua being in the backfield, but I'm just saying at the end of the day, we were in the backfield. We were causing disruption in the backfield. We didn't give up. Let's look at how many yards Fields got running the ball. 26 yards rushing is all that we gave up to Justin Fields. That was my big thing, was how we would actually handle Justin Fields being able to run the ball using his legs. Would we be able to do anything with him using his legs? Look, 37-22 doesn't look great on paper, right? It looks like, they were 15 points behind us. They were just 2 scores. No, we beat them up. They got a lot of yards and a lot of points in cleanup trash duty. Okay, we were at that point trying not to get hurt, trying to live to play against the Carolina Panthers next week. But the Cowboys played a very good football game, an overall football game. With the injuries that we've had, please take into the fact that we still don't have our starting wide receiver 1. We still don't have, and we're going to talk about Florida in a minute. But we still don't have, 4 of our starting offensive linemen? At least 3 of them. No, that's 4. Yeah, at least 4. I think there's 4 starting offensive linemen out. We played with 4 backups, and our running back still got 135 yards on 16 carries. That is 8.4 yards per carry. That's ridiculous. 8.4 yards per carry. That is ridiculous. That is efficiently running the ball with your backup offensive line. You can't be excited about that. I don't know how these people what they expect us to do. I'm excited because the Cowboys did what they were supposed to do. 5 weeks into the season, I can finally say that I'm excited. We are 2-2-1, batting 500 5 weeks. Man, that's amazing in itself, right? You're at 500 5 weeks into the season. Normally, you'd have to be over or under, right? But we got a tie, so we're right at 500 at 5 weeks in the season. If we can get the Chargers to beat the Commanders today, I think we'll be number 2 in our division with an opportunity to continue to move forward in our quest for a playoff berth. And I've told you, again, this team is tough at the end of the year to beat. If they continue to get better, continue in Matt Eberflus's defense that we hate so much, that I've been telling you for the last week that is getting ready to turn around. Ooh, I'm telling you, tough playoff team. Let's see, we got some things that we want to talk about. Dak Prescott continuing to play at a MVP level. 18 of 29, 237 yards, and 4 touchdowns. 1, 2, 3, 4 touchdowns. Wow. Javonte Williams, 16 carries, 135 yards, 8.4 yards per game, and a touchdown. Can I tell you who underwhelmed? Jadon Blue. 4 carries, 7 yards, 1.8 yards per carry. Not what we expected to get out of Jadon Blue. We thought we were going to get some splash, something big. He was the 4th running back. Dak Prescott actually has 4 yards to carry, 7 carries for 28 yards. And then Flournoy with 2 carries for 10 yards. Flournoy had 2 carries for 10 yards. Jaden Blue, not so much. There's nothing to worry about right now, but I do think that is something to kind of think about. We've been asking and begging, can we get him out there? And he just did not show a lot today. I'm not blaming him. I'm not upset about it, anything like that. I'm just simply saying he didn't give us any of what we were hoping for, begging for in that area. You know who did give us that? Ryan Flournoy. Ryan Flournoy, 6 carries, 114 yards, 19 yards per game. The New York Jets. What do we need to do to score those 40 points? That's what the question was. And what we came up with was that there was going to have to be another wide receiver. I didn't think it was going to be Tolbert, and I was hoping that it was going to be Cavante Turpin, but with the injury, it ended up being Ryan Flournoy, who was able to take advantage of that defense. I knew that Sauce Gardner could only basically try to cover George Pickens, and he wasn't going to be able to shut him down, which he didn't. Although my prize picks, I didn't win my money because Pickens did not score. I'm sorry. He did not get his 70 yards. I had on there that he would have over 69 and a half. He only got 57. So I didn't win my little money this week. So I guess Sauce Gardner effectively kept me from winning my prize picks. But it's okay. Ryan Flournoy came through again with 6 carries, 114 yards. And I knew that the rest of that defensive backfield wasn't going to be able to do anything with the Dallas Cowboys. So let's just go through a little bit of offense and defense. I will say this. I got a Twitter about a tweet. I guess it's not a Twitter anymore. It's a tweet from X, right? So is it an X now? Anyway, I got a tweet on X, and somebody was saying, "Man, did you see that Trayvon Diggs got the crazy penalty that you don't like?" And they're right. I don't like those avoidable penalties, but I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not a proponent of just letting people punk you like that. And I really thought that should have been. I mean, the dude literally headbutted him, and then he swung back, and the freaking referee was actually sitting there looking at the whole thing and only called it on Trayvon Diggs. I think that both players should have got a penalty that should have been basically offset, and that it shouldn't have made a difference in the game. Like I said, we were well ahead, but just fits to take advantage of me, and I don't do anything back. Now I know what we would want. I know we would want for him to understand where the play clock is, and or not the play clock, but the game scoreboard is rather. And hey man, I see that you're upset, but I'm gonna walk off the field. But I do understand, because you can't ask these players to play with passion sometime and then say, hey, it's okay for him to headbutt you, and that's okay. So I'm not upset with him the way that I was upset with Maris Luafau last week for his penalty, similar, basically those penalties that can be avoided. That is a penalty that can be avoided, but that's not one that I'm upset with Pickens about. So I'll just skip past that part, because that's not a major concern of mine, being him getting that actual penalty. But I will say that what we saw today out of the defense from the stunts, we did see quite a bit of stunts. And I'm not even talking about blitzes. I'm still talking about them rushing four, and those four being able to get to the quarterback. Like I said, we saw an incredible game out of Fowler, and maybe it's because we were playing a much worse team, and that possibly could be it, that we were playing a much worse team. However, we did what we were supposed to do. So we were able to, let's see if I can get to the defensive sacks. Sam Williams got a sack. James Houston got 1.5 sacks. Kenny Clark got the other half a sack. Oso Odighizuwa did get in the backfield. He had 1 sack. Dante Fowler had 1 sack as well. So how many sacks is that total? That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sacks. That's a 5-sack game. That's regardless of who you're playing, we got a 5-sack game. And he did get out a little bit and got a few yards. We got plenty more than just those 5 pressures. And that made a big difference in how the team looked overall. And there was a few times that, Wilson made an incredible play that probably would have ended up being a pick six because of some pressure. But Wilson put his hand out there and was actually able to catch the ball one-handed to keep Trayvon Diggs out of the end zone, basically. That was getting ready to be a pick six, and he made an incredible play there. That pressure almost caused us to be able to get to the defense from that standpoint. Jaden Blue did have the one kickoff return for 32 yards. That was definitely impressive. Brandon Aubrey missed an extra point. I just thought I'd throw that out there. He's missed his kick for the year, so we should be good. The rest of the year, we shouldn't have any issues now, because Brandon Aubrey already missed his 1 kick for the entire year. So just keep that in mind when we get into the playoff. He's already missed this year. He can't miss again. And I think that is a big part of it. Wanye Thomas played a pretty decent game. He had 4 tackles, 5 assists. That's a pretty decent stat line for our safety from that standpoint. Overall, it was just a good game. Decent play from your special teams, good play from your defense, good play from your offense. That is how you expect to play football. That's what you expect from a team that we expect to go to the playoffs. That is how that you expect for it to go. You expect for them to have good offense, good defense, good special teams against a bad team. Guess what? Next week, we're going against another bad team. Not quite as bad as the New York Jets. Not quite as bad as the New York Jets, but definitely another bad team. This week, we're going to be talking about how we can do the exact same thing against the Carolina Panthers next week. Um, but we are going to do a little review of this one after I get to watch the film. We'll come back and we'll talk about what we did good, some things that we may still need to clean up, how this defense continues to get better and better and better. Against Carolina, I expect even better play. Um, like I said, Clowney is should be right where he wants to be next week against his old team. He should have his legs underneath him and really starting to play some good football. And I'll look at exactly how he did. I didn't see anything that just kind of stood out to me yet, but when I go back and look, I'm going to be looking at Clowney to see if his legs are getting back underneath him. And I also want to see what it is that had Fowler. Is it just bad offensive line play from the Jets, or is the addition of Clowney allowing the other players to actually be able to get to the ball? Is that one of the things that's actually going on? So I'm gonna really dive into that and try to find out about that. So tomorrow we'll kind of talk about that. But really interested in dissecting what's better the about this defense, because we've played some bad quarterbacks. I mean, we have played some bad quarterbacks. Justin Fields isn't a horrible quarterback. I mean, he's an NFL starting quarterback. I've had this conversation before. If you would have let this NFL starting quarterback stand into the backfield and just throw the ball down the field, you would have gotten killed. That's exactly what would have happened. You'd have realized that you were back into a Chicago Bears style game, probably more of a Green Bay style game, because I think your offense was actually clicking in this situation. We would have had to score 45 or 50 points just to win this game had you allowed Justin Fields to just stand back there without those 5 sacks. I believe it would have been a totally different game. So big ups to the defense. Big ups to Matt Eberflus for actually getting his defense going. I think that is going to continue. And I think when you get to this Commanders game, you're going to see a defense that's starting to click. And I've been saying it since the beginning, since we were in a preseason, that the defense is brand new. We're on our 3rd defensive coordinator in 3 years. They implemented a new, and I thought even with Michael Parsons on the team, when we thought that he was still going to be on the team, I was saying, hey, man, it's going to take a while in order for this team to learn this defense, to really get a feel of the system. That's kind of what I see or I feel like is going on. And the defense gets a little bit better every week. And then as the Cowboys start to get a little bit healthier every week, you saw much better play from Trayvon Diggs. You saw much better play from Deron Bland. Wilson's still a good wide receiver. They don't have much other than him, but he was still a good wide receiver. Breece Hall is still a pretty good running back. Again, we weren't playing a Division II college team. We're playing another NFL team who had some decent players. So I am very excited about the game that we put on today. The defense, especially, I'm proud of the offense too. My offense did what they were supposed to do. They went out there and scored 37 points. If they would have had to score 40 points, they would have. I thought they were going to put a 40 burger on the board before we started. That was what my prediction was. They scored 37 points and just didn't need the rest of those points. But at the end of the game, we did what we were supposed to do. So that's pretty much all I have for you. I do want to say to remember that we have our contest going on. If you can show that you are following our YouTube, or subscribe rather to our YouTube, or following our iHeart.com page. So either subscribed to our YouTube or following our iHeart.com page. If you're doing either one, take a screenshot, go to any of our social media pages. TikTok, Defending the Boys. Instagram, Defending the Boys. X, Defending the Boys. It's DA, so it's Defending DA Boys on X. If you go there and send us a DM on any of those social media pages and show us that you are following or subscribed to one of our 2 podcasts, we're going to give you a number for a chance to win $200 on the 21st of this month. If you send us 2 messages, one showing that you're following us on iHeart.com, the other one showing that you're subscribed to YouTube, you will have 2 chances to actually win the $200 on the 21st. We have a live on the 21st. I believe we're going to be live on all platforms. I think we're going to be live on Facebook, live on Instagram, live on TikTok, and live on YouTube, all at the same time, live everywhere, giving away $200 if and only if the Cowboys are not in the top half of defenses by the time they get there. I got to look up and see where they are in this situation. And that contest is brought to you by the Car Wreck Attorneys at 1-833-OHIT. That's 1-833-OHIMHIT. 1-833-644-6448. If you ever hurt in a car accident and you're in the DFW area or anywhere in Texas, give the car accident attorneys at 1-833-OHIT a phone call. This is a group of guys who are going to ensure that you are taken care of. Plus, they love my people. If you tell them that D. Will sent you, then they're going to make sure that you get taken care of. And we're not talking about somebody who, as soon as the insurance company says that, you know, it's not their fault, that they're just going to drop you. There's attorneys out there, those attorneys that you hear on the radio all the time. That's how they are. They drop you. Soon as the insurance company gives any pushback, they be ready to drop you. But not the car accident attorneys at 1-833-OHIT. They're going to go with you all the way, take it all the way to court if they need to, and they're going to make sure that you get the compensation that you deserve. So if you ever hurt in a car accident, give them a phone call. You hear about somebody hurt in a car accident, tell them, hey, call the guys over at 1-833-OHIT. That's pretty much all I got for you guys. I can't wait until tomorrow. I can break down some of this film, talk about it, show you how this defense is going to get better. We're going to be watching this Commanders game, hoping that the Chargers win so that we can keep our status as far as being able to make it into the play. I know it's early. It's real early to be talking about playoffs, but with some of the losses like the Chicago the Chicago loss that we actually had, we're doing everything that we can to actually stay in the hunt for a playoff berth early, giving ourselves time to get healthy and get back into the swing of things. Plus, we really needed to win some of these games, these early games, and these games like the Chicago game that we couldn't afford to lose. We needed to win because things were going to get much tougher at the end of the year. Now, luckily, some of those teams that we thought were going to be tougher may not be quite as tough as we thought they were going to be. And that's going to give us some opportunities to make up for mistakes that have already been made. So let's continue to move forward. Let's continue to defend them. Boys, if you got anything, follow us on social media. Until then, this is Defending the Boys. I heard D. Will.